Patrick, and this is Brian. Together we just got played. We're coming to you from the Cloak and Blaster in Orlando, Florida. We just got done picking strawberries. That's right, we're reviewing Imperial Harvest. Join us for Imperial Harvest. Tell us all about Imperial Harvest.
Sure. Imperial Harvest is a two-player tactical skirmish game, but it's less of a skirmish and more of a pick up and deliver element to it. It's set in a fantasy theme in which there's this garden of the Imperium and they grow these magical strawberries, and it's right about time for harvest. And I'm not really exactly sure what the strawberries do, but everybody wants them, including the barbarians, which have now scaled over the walls and are trying to steal the strawberries before the Imperial gardeners can go and pick them. So each player basically drafts either their pickers or their raiders who are trying to acquire the strawberries and then either exit or get back to their strawberry zones. Each of the different types, and whenever you pluck a strawberry, you gain a victory point. Whenever you drop a strawberry off in your zone, you get 2 victory points. And also at the end of the game, which takes place over a course of 14 turns, player turns, back and forth, any strawberries that you have left on one of your characters, they can each hold up to three strawberries. It's also worth another victory point. So when the game ends, either when all the strawberries are off the board or at the end of those 14 turns, it's whichever player has the most victory points from their strawberries. If a player happens to get attacked and killed or defeated, they basically respawn at a point on the board. Another element to the game is that it's actually constructed out of a bunch of different tiles, and which are randomized at the beginning of the game. So every time you play, it should be totally different. And then also, there's a couple different ways to play. Your characters have a basic mode, which they have less abilities and a little bit more movement points. And then you can also play the advanced version where they get extra abilities, and then they have they get buffed and start gaining more movement points whenever they pick up strawberries and things like that. That's it, Patrick. What would you say is your favorite thing about Imperial Harvest?
I'm gonna have to say that this game's got a lot to offer for sure. One of the things is these character cards each have their own special abilities, and there's a bunch of different character cards you can choose from. The board is kind of a tile-laying board, so it's randomized every single time you play. So the game has massive amounts of replayability. If I had to pick the one thing that I like the most, it's massive amounts of replayability. And if there's one thing that you really liked,
the thing that I liked is I love skirmish games, and most of them that I've ever played are a tactical skirmish game where you're actually like attacking and trying to defeat the other player for the most part. I mean, there's some King of the Hill kind of scenarios or something, but this one is really unique, I think, in that it centers on a pick up and delivery system, and so there's no player elimination. Your guys just kind of respawn, and so you're not like left feeling like, oh my god, I lost half my army. Well, this sucks. You know, it doesn't happen. You're back in the fray, just collecting the strawberries and trying to get those points. So I like the unique spin on the tactical pick up and deliver mechanic to the game. What would you say though is the thing that you like least about Imperial Harvest?
That's tough, right? It's very tough. I have to scrape the bottom of the barrel when trying to pick out something I don't like about this game. So the thing I'm going to pick is there may have been 1 or 2 little rules on the character cards that could probably use a little polish. That's it. We even figured it out pretty quick. But if I had to pick something, and I have to, I'm going to say maybe the wording could have been changed on 1 or 2 of the rules at the most. And if there's one thing that you have to pick,
it's hard to find something, but I would have to say the game comes in a pretty small box, which is great for traveling. However, after I punched all the parts, and after we played a couple times, I tried to get it all back in there, and it didn't quite fit exactly the same way that it came. So I did have to get a Ziploc or whatever to fit a couple extra pieces in there. But that's probably just my fault in not stacking everything correctly.
Well, not just symbolically. This is a huge amount of game for such a tiny little box.
It's true.
Not just parts-wise. It's a big game.
Yeah.
Not a filler game, really. This is a real game.
Not a filler game. It does say it's about a 20-minute game. But with maybe if you had, you know, a pretty good idea if you're going to use the cloth map, which is already like pretty much ready to go, and if you were really familiar with the game and you knew which kind of characters you wanted to draft and stuff like that, and if you were both well versed, I would say maybe you could pull it off in 20-30 minutes or so. But I would say it's a pretty much a core game. It'd probably take you closer to 45 minutes or an hour to play. It's not a gateway game. It's not something that you're going to play in between other games. But
it's got depth, man. It's really great.
It's got a lot of depth. It's a lot of strategy, a lot of tactics. Everything seems well balanced. Again, Imperial Harvest. You can pick up your copy at the website below.
Come collect your strawberries. Pick up the game. I'm Patrick. This is Brian. Together we are Just Got Played. Thank you for watching. One thing I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to strawberries.
You're allergic to strawberries. Well, that would explain the rashes.
Yeah, does this look normal to you? Does
well,
this one down here look normal?
You look normal from where the camera can see, but
the swelling
in other places, it doesn't explain the rash in the other.
Why did you have to pick strawberries?
Probably because it would seem odd if it was cherries.